Yes, Ryan Anderson the other day posted this, a screenshot of messages from his ex-wife, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, right? And then she goes on 2 days ago to say she's sick with bronchitis. And then 1 day ago, go to the gym and go to the pool that's at the gym and working out at the gym, talking all about how she wishes nothing but the best for Ryan and to move on. And he's just hurt. He's just processing. But then she notices this post that he makes. And that's where she posts this. You know who this reflects poorly on? This reflects poorly on nobody other than Gypsy Rose Blanchard herself. And yes, showing people what she does and what she says with millions of people out of 330 million American citizens that are on medicated assisted therapy or on another medication for alcohol use disorder or anything like that. Notice what she posts right here. She is telling you why she's posting it. And you know what? Yeah, some people might not agree with resharing what she showed, but you know what? Her deleting it right away tells you that she was embarrassed and ashamed. She doesn't stand 10 toes down and say it with her whole chest like they talk about all the dang time. But right here, this reflects poorly on Gypsy Rose Blanchard because she makes poor choices and poor decisions all the time. She's always clapping back because she's mad over a text message being shown. Seriously. This reflects poorly on her and her only. She's the one who posted this. She's the one that shared it. And you know how many millions of people are in recovery? Over a seventh of the population has either had been in recovery, is recovering, or on the road to recovery, is either in current addiction or knows somebody that has passed away from addiction or alcohol use disorder or is on medication for alcohol use disorder. Over a seventh, 1/7 of the American population fits into one of those categories. This does not exempt her. This right here is to show everybody this is what and who she really is. This is who and what that person really is. This reflects poorly on her and nobody else because she's the one who put this out in the world. And this is what she's saying right here when she chose this particularly. She's telling you why with this right here. Notice how she highlights it. That right there falls on her and her alone. Everybody has shared pictures of Gypsy, her baby, whether her face is covered or not, have shared pictures of private messages that have been leaked. People have shared a lot in regards to Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her behavior. But this right here is going to show everybody exactly who she really is, considering that she has said time and time and time again, since her arrest, since Gypsy's revenge, since the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, since Dr. Phil, since The View, since Extra TV and Entertainment Tonight, in the last 10 years, that she herself had issues. She, in 2011, when she was 19, was taking her mother's medication. She was continuously doing that until 24 years old. So we know, based on her own words, that she was doing this for over 5 years, taking her mother's pain medication and was being caught numerous times. She was also self-admitted to taking other medication. What's so crazy about this is in the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she talks about getting a hold of another medication for recovery, another medicated assisted therapy medication, and going right back into active addiction while she's in prison. Doing this to somebody is hypocritical coming from her. And then saying verbatim that in the commission of her crime, she wasn't in her right state of mind because on X, you know, I couldn't think straight. I couldn't, it's not that I didn't know who I was, but I just wasn't processing and thinking straight. Yeah, she said all that. She also reiterates that same exact thing in Released. She does the same exact thing in The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, which came out on January 5th of 2024. Oh, not even a week after she was released on December 28th of 2023. Then, a few months ago, she goes on to say it had nothing, right before she gave birth to Aurora. No, it had absolutely no effect or effect on her crime. But she's self-admitted being recovered, not once, but relapsed and recovered again while actively incarcerated for her crime. This, everybody's like, whoa. This puts a whole different dynamic on this, because this is showing people what and who she really is. She's the one that posted this. She is the one that's responsible. People showing and saying, hey, wait a minute, this is not okay. This is not okay. Even if this is true, which we are not going to say, oh, no, because what she posts doesn't mean it's true or that it's currently true. But even if it is, it's irrelevant. It's a fact that she would do this to somebody. But then again, we're talking about somebody who literally took her mother's life. She literally manipulated a man for 3 years who has mental disability and autism into believing that she was a perpetual victim, and the only person that ever came to save her, gave her her freedom, saved her from the big bad wolf. And he is paying the price, her price, for her crime. And then inadvertently took the life of Stephanie Goldammer, his mother, on the 5-year anniversary of her crime. People talking about it or showing it is not the problem. Gypsy Rose Blanchard having a platform and doing this kind of thing continuously and nobody bats an eye is the problem. The fact that she's continuing with this negative behavior is the problem. Ryan Anderson was so extremely hurt by the way she treated him, lied to him, cheated on him, everything. He has the right to say whatever he wants, even if it's about Gypsy. That was his wife for years. He was sending her commissary money. He was driving all the way from Louisiana to Chillicothe to visit her, to see her, to marry her. He was helping her. She was paroled to him, her husband. And then she immediately, within 50 days, is already cheating on him, having an emotional affair, suddenly abandons him, gives him no explanation, slips out like a slippery snake into the night, and then is immediately pregnant by the same guy she told him not to worry about when she married him years prior. Then she goes on to continuously allow him to be a part of the show as long as he's compliant with what she wants. I say good for Ryan. Good for Ryan. This doesn't reflect poorly on him. It doesn't reflect poorly on me. It doesn't reflect poorly on anybody else who shows it or talks about it. It reflects poorly on Gypsy Rose herself. And every single one of her stans and supporters who know absolutely diddly about Jack regarding her case, regarding her crime, regarding who she really is, and is only riding her coattails because they want a fame spot, their 15 minutes of fame, being her friend, being on her TV show. Those people are the ones that are the problem, because they are refusing to see her blatant hypocrisy and her blatant lies, just the way that she would hurt people. If she was ever truly a victim of anybody or anything, or a true survivor, she would not do this to anyone, especially her ex-husband, who was nothing but loving and loyal and faithful and took care of her, gave her everything. For her to say, nope, you're not good enough. For Gypsy Rose Blanchard to literally be a 2 and act like she's a 9 and just dispose of people and use them, it's absurd and it's crazy. But this right here is not okay. There's millions and millions and millions of people living on medicated assisted therapy. Notice how she posts this particular screenshot and not another one. And notice how she highlights it. She is telling you why and what. But this is evil. This is who Gypsy really is. This is her heart. This is her soul. This is her mind. This is the vindictive crap that she will do to people. But then again, she took lives, so